Hi, I'm Blanca and I'm from Trinidad. I'm from Mexico. I hope you can see my screen so good and you can hear me and you can see the project that we are going to do today. Uh, Today, the name of the live is Fly With Me because I want to use some hot air balloons that I love. I found one of the molds from Stamperia that I like too much. So I wanted to do this. I want to work with this mold today. The code of this mold is this one if you want to get it. And I hope you can hear me very well. I have here right now my tablet so I can read your comments during the live. Hi, Gil. How are you? So I have here some of the molds. I'm going to put them one side as they are fresh. I did it with clay, so I have to wait a little bit to work with them. Okay, I'm going to put them right here as they are going to dry a little bit more. And the project for today is with an album. I will try to do something with this album. As you can see, I did some things in advance. I have here two MDF rectangles. The rectangles that I use today are this one. Hello, Juliana. Hi, Isabella. These are the the MDF pieces that I am going to use for the album. Let me tell you the measurements. These are 15 centimeters, and inches are almost 6. And in this side is 8 inches. And here is 20 centimeters. Okay, it's 15 by 20 and 6 by 8. Okay, I have 2 of these pieces. I'm going to show you how I did this. Sorry, I have here the wire because sometimes the laptop doesn't work without battery. Here I have 2 pieces, and here I have a piece of cardboard. The piece of cardboard is like this one. Is 6 by 20. In inches is 2.5 inches by 8, almost 8. Okay, and in the middle of these things, I'm going to show you the back. The back is a piece of velum. In Mexico, we know this as velum. It's like it's not paper, it's not plastic. So you can see that I have here this piece of velum that I glued before with the express glue. I only put express glue in both sides as I wanted to have it dried. And here I have the other part. I don't know if you have some comments right now or if I can continue. If you have questions or you want to know again the measurements, I can give them to you later again. Okay, and I do here some pieces of the sorry, double-sided tape. The double-sided tape that I used is this one. Is very big. Is 5 centimeters. In inches is almost 2 inches. So I glue here this double-sided tape. I'm going to put some double-sided tape again in this part of the album, and then the project for today is only to decorate the one side of the album, and the rest of the album I'm going to do it during my evening. Here I'm going to put this piece of the double-sided tape. Type it. Okay. Right is the correct name. It's easy to find the type right there. In Mexico, it's not easy to find this. And it's very expensive here. Yes, that's right. It is not velum. Velum is like vegetable papers, right? And it's very thin. This is the type. And here I will put another piece of this one. And I am going to put this. Hola, Mama. Right there is my mom. My mom is also Blanca. I have here two pieces that I put before. This is like craft paper, and I put a big one that is going to be for the outside, and the little one is going to be for the inside. So I am going to start with this. I am going to use, as you can see, I take the pieces of the piece of the double-sided tape. Let me see, I have here something to, it's very messy right here. I'm trying to find a needle because I left this open and it's going to be complicated to take the glue. Yes, I didn't find the needle. Yes, here. I am going to use just a little bit of the glue. Why I use both? Because sometimes when the times come, the double-sided tape doesn't work anymore. So I use the double-sided tape to glue first, but I know that with the glue, it's going to last for more time. And I'm going to put this in the middle. Sorry, but my space is very small right now. My craft room is a mess. I was working on some projects, so it's complicated. And I am going to glue the other part. And I'm going to use more glue just in the border. And the same in the other side. I hope you can see. I put the camera very close, but if you can not see the product, I can put it up a little bit higher. And here I am going to use again the glue. To put these things in the right place, I use some rulers that I found here. I'm going to show you. And this was the ruler that I put here to have in the right place, and I put this in this side. For the other part, I did the same. I put the ruler and I put this one. It came with all of these pieces. So it's so easy. If you can find a kit like this one, it's very useful. If you want to do some hats or things like this one, it's very useful to do. I'm going to. This is for the corners, but as the paper is a little bit thicker, I have to use the scissors. But it's going to help me. I don't know in your countries how easy it is to find the albums done just to decorate them. For example, in Mexico, it's very difficult to find them. So we have to do our own album from zero. The thing that I have to do is to do it right here in all the parts. And if you remember, I showed you previously a piece of paper that is also smaller than this. So the other piece of paper, oh, sorry, I'm going to use it here. And again, I'm going to use a little bit of the glue in the corners, and then I'm going to do everything. And I will repeat the process in this part of the album. I hope you're having good vacations. In Mexico, the vacations for our kids are in August and middle of July. But as my kids are bigger, they are going to go back to school next Monday. For the kids that goes to elementary and middle school, they are going to come back to school at the end of August. So next Monday I will have more time to do my projects. Because when they are here, they are teenagers, they eat all day long. So I spend a lot of my time in the kitchen. The double-sided text helps me to do this right now. And later the glue is going to do its job. Okay, so I'm going to work with this part, but here I'm going to put the other part, the arrow that I showed you before. I am going to put the glue in the corners. I am using my finger because for right now it's easier. It's faster. I know that some of you have maybe double-sided tape, but you can use it right here. And I wanted to show you that I have to, this is half of the centimeter smaller in each side, okay? And I am going to use more glue right here. And here. Okay. If you want later, maybe you can use the papers. I'm going to use the collection, this one, Timeless. And the water balloons come from this collection. So if you want to use some papers right here, it's going to be fine. So we have here the base of our album. And for example, I can use some stencils here, or you can put some, I don't know, some laces or anything. Here you can start with some stencils, and then you can put a piece of, I'm going to use a piece of paper right here as in the center. I'm going to work with this, and at the end I'm going to use some of the molds right here, and that's going to be the project for today. This is a very, very sweet collection, and let me choose the paper that I am going to use for right here. Maybe we can use some. Maybe this one. This one is going to be okay. And let me see. Here, pencil. I used the pencil before, and I don't know where it is. Here. I am going to use this paper, so I am going to do a circle right here, and I'm going to cut it. It's going to be easier if I can cut this right here. And I'm going to use this circle right here. Maybe. No, it's fine. I want to use this tool. Hi, Imre. How are you? found some products from Pentart that they doesn't have the name of Pentart in the label, but you can find it in the catalog of Pentart. So I am going to show you those products, and maybe I am going to use another paper. Let me see. I have here cards, and I'm going to do a bigger circle to put it behind this one. As you can see, it doesn't have to be perfect because I'm going to use again the other tool. So it only have to be a little bit bigger than the other circle. And that's it. And again. And the products that I was telling you before are some of the embossing products that I found, and they look so great. This is for this. Okay. That's why it doesn't have to be perfect. Okay. And first, I'm going to use here the embossing powders. I want to show you. Oh, I don't find the back. If you can find some of these embossing powders, you can see I use for this one, I use this product. I don't know if you can see, but here is that it comes from Pentart. You can find them. And the silver is good. It's a good one. Also, I have this one that it's like copper. The color is so nice. So maybe I'm going to use some of these powders right here as I did in this circle, as I want to show you. This was the embossing stamp pad, and let me show you what the acrylic. I'm going to use this pink. Let me put the rollers in other part, because I don't want to break them. I found some stamps. Here I have some stamps from Stamperia, and I'm going to use them. them here. I'm going to stamp right here and right here. And let me show you how it works. I'm going to use right here a piece of paper. And I am going to use this one. Again, this one. This one. Okay, as you can see, here was the stamps. Let me put the embossing powders again in the jar. I bought a tool for the embossing powders, but I didn't find it. And let me see if I feel them. Super. Okay, can you see the difference? Here, I use the heat gun, and here I didn't use it. So this is so pretty. And here again. I hope you can see the difference before and after. And this looks very, very good. So you can use with all the stamps that you have. You can use first the pad, and then you put the embossing powders, and then a little bit of heat, and you're going to have something like this. It's beautiful. As you can see, I use here another stamp, but here I use before this one. This came from here. I have here this one. I use the pad. I put the stamp right here, and then the embossing powders, and it looks like this. When it's bigger, you can see it better. And that was one of the things that I want to show you today. And here I will put the first circle. Hi neighbor, how are you? I am going to use again the express glue. Okay. And the other thing that I wanted to show you is right here. I have the rice paper, and it has a lot of little flowers, a lot of smaller flowers. And I glue one of the flowers right here. I am going to cut the flower. I glue the flower with the decoupage glue. And this is a piece of stamp paper that I have from another project. But I didn't waste anything. I don't know how you do with your things, but I don't throw anything. And stone paper is very, very beautiful. So yeah, if I have a little piece of the stone paper, I keep it in a plastic bag for the future. Sorry, but I'm not a good fussy cutting girl. That's why sometimes I prefer die cuts or ephemeras. But this rice paper is so beautiful. It has beautiful flowers. Yeah, the collection from this one is the same one. Let me show you. Let me see, where are my tools? You can use these ones. And you can use, for example, a small piece of sponge. And you can, if you don't have this stone paper, you can use maybe a good cardstock, and you can do the same. Let me see if I have here a smaller one. Let me see if I can do this. I want to glue this in the album, but I don't want to be is very flat. So that's why I put the stone paper before, and then I'm going to glue some of the flowers right here. And for the I am going to use some ribbons. I have here some ribbons. Let me see which color is going to be the best. Maybe we can use some of these ribbons right here to do something beautiful. And I am going to use the mold that I showed you at the beginning of the live. This comes from here. As I told you, these are for clay. As you can see, it's very easy to do your albums in this way. I have here some of the molds that I got. This came from this mold from Stamperia. And I am going to dry these ones a little bit. And then I'm going to paint them just with some film acrylics. I did them an hour ago, so they are really fresh. I'm going to do maybe 2 more flowers for this. One flower is going to be very long. But I want to dry this a little bit. Okay, so let's do more flowers. In this case, I am going to use a piece of cardstock, as you can see how I did the first one. Let me put this in this side, as I don't want to lose the flower. I have here these flowers. Maybe I am going to use this one. And we can use some leaves. Leaves and the other flower. Maybe another leaf. Maybe another. Maybe another flower, a little one. Okay, I will have this one, and I am going to glue them with the decoupage glue. And then I am going to cut them. Okay. If you have your ephemeras or your die cuts, you can use them. But if you don't have them and you love the rice papers, you can use the rice papers in this way. I have to leave them as they have to dry, and then we're going to come back to this one. Okay, I use this as varnish too, as you know. This is glue and varnish. So, and this is the matte one. If you want the glossy finish, you can choose the glossy finish from Pentacolor. And then, this is not you can see here. I have to use the sandpaper. And I'm just going to. This is why sometimes I prefer to use the resin, but I didn't have resin right now. And the resin from Pentacolor doesn't get. I cannot get this in Mexico because some Mexican rules. And I am going to use this paints. These ones are very good. So I have here some semi-gloss, and this one is matte. I love these colors. As you can see, I have a lot of this. The sand, nimbus, ivory, straw, sky blue, and beige. These are great, great ones. So I am going to paint first with this one, this. These are very creamy. If you want, you can use them with a little bit of water. These have good coverage, and you can use just one layer of these paints, and your pieces are going to be great. Right now, I'm not going to use a lot of water because, as you can see, these are not completely dried. The color that I choose before is the straw color. Okay. Just a little bit more. If you don't paint them completely carefully, you can use the anti-ink okay, the anti-king gel, so it doesn't matter, okay? So this is the first one. I have here some water. And I am going to use for this one the ivory. This is going to be for this part of the balloon. Okay. For this part, I am going to use maybe this one, the sand, for both balloons. This is the color that I choose, okay? This is cream acrylic and it's semi-gloss. This part. Let me put this right here because it's very, it's fresh and I cannot paint them easily. Okay. And for the balloons, maybe one is going to be blue. The color is this one, sky blue. Just let me put this water. And for the other one, let me use the Nimbus color. Okay. This is, I'm just painting a little bit with the ivory that I got here. Let me dry this a little bit, and I am going to add more of the ivory. I always prefer to let this dry by its own, but right now I have to use the heat gun, the heat dryer. Thank you. That's it. And let this dry again. As I want to use the antiquing gel. Maybe the one that I'm going to use today is this one, the ochre. As I don't want to use a lot of water with the molds to don't ruin them, I am going to take a little bit of the antiquing gel. I am going to put this right here. Then I am mixing here the antiquing gel ochre with a little bit of water, and I'm going to start painting. And with a piece of cloth, I'm going to clean a little bit. Okay. I just want a little touch of this ochre one. Not completely ochre. I'm going to do the same right here. And again, we can clean a little bit. And the last one. Remember that when you use these antiquing gels, this is going to be your last finish, and it's like a not like a varnish, but it's going to protect your piece. And again, we can try. So the products that we use were this creamy acrylic, and then the antiquing gel. It was so easy. As they are made with clay, I didn't use a primer, but if you have your pieces with resin, you can use first the body primer, and then you can start painting. You can remove the antiquing gel when it's not completely dry, but then when it's dry, it's going to stay. Okay, we take this in one side. These are my pieces. See, they are. These are the pieces that I had before. The pieces I have here are smaller scissors. You can cut more flowers or more pieces. For example, in Tampere they have some papers that have the dog, the car, and other things, and you can do the same. You can glue them to the stamp papers to cardstock with your decoupage glue. Then you varnish them, and then you are going to be able to have some pieces, some beautiful pieces to decorate your projects. Ay, creo que ahora no he hablado nada en español. Bueno, espero que hayan entendido casi todo, creo que está muy claro. Al principio lo que hice fue la base para el álbum. Para la base del álbum lo único que usé fue el Express Glue, que es un pegamento que es muy bueno, muy resistente. Usé también un poco de cinta doble cara y el papel era una especie como de papel craft. Las medidas, si quieren, se las puedo compartir cuando comparta las fotos del álbum. Ahí les voy a poner las medidas del álbum y de los papeles que corté. Lo pegué con un poco de en el centro con Tyvek para que de esta manera no se fuera a desarmar la estructura. Para el adentro, bueno, voy a usar cartulina y algunos papeles de la colección que escogí. Después lo que hice fue usar los embossing powders, que aunque no tienen el nombre de Pentart, están hechos por Pentart y los pueden encontrar en el catálogo de Pentart. La verdad están muy bonitos. Y ¿qué más? Ahorita lo que estoy haciendo es que en cartulina pegué un poco de papel arroz. La verdad es que el papel arroz está muy bonito. Y a veces, bueno, vemos las flores, pero no sabemos cómo usarlas. Entonces, esta vez lo que hice fue pegarlas con el Decoratőr Varnish Glue. Es un pegamento que nos sirve tanto como pegamento como barniz. Y le estoy dando un poco de forma. Así no nos quedan las flores tan planas. ¿Qué más? Para los moldes los hice con arcilla. Ahora no sé ¿cómo se llama? La resina, porque a veces, bueno, la resina de otras marcas es muy difícil de que llegue. Entonces, por eso, bueno, ven que tienen algunas grietas, por eso a veces no me gusta usar la arcilla. Pero bueno, también se llega a ver bonita. Ahora, si te fijas, nada más lo único que estoy haciendo es darle un poco de forma después de haberle puesto el pegamento a estas piezas. Usé las pinturas, unas pinturas que vienen en tubo, no todas vienen en frasco. Estas pinturas que vienen en tubo, la verdad es que están muy buenas porque tienen muy buena cobertura. Les puse las capas de pintura, que la verdad fue muy fácil porque tienen la cobertura muy potente. No tiene que quedar perfecto porque la verdad es que el efecto que les quería dar era un efecto vintage. Entonces les puse la pintura y ya después les puse un poco del anti-king gel. Para el anti-king gel se puede aplicar directo y después ponen un poco de agua. Yo esta vez no lo hice así, porque como no están completamente secas las piezas, bueno, me iba a costar un poco de trabajo que no se rompieran. Ahorita lo que voy a hacer ya nada más es armar la portada del álbum. Voy a poner aquí mis flores. Se fijan, se ven bonitas aquí. Ay, déjenme poner algo afuera porque se ve como raro. Así, porque si no se cae todo. Ya nada más voy a poner aquí estos y por acá. Y por ahí tenía, esperen, que saqué muchas cosas, porque a veces cuando empiezo a pensar un proyecto, digo, ay, quiero usar esto, y quiero usar esto, y quiero usar esto, y quiero usar esto, y saco muchas cosas, quizás no encuentro todo lo que yo saqué. Miniaturas estampas, pues arroz, ay, no los encuentro. Había sacado unos chips, pero que no encuentro. Déjenme ver. Acá tengo algunos. puede servir. I'm telling them that I choose before some chips, but I take everything, and sometimes I didn't find gringo, like, sorry. I'm here. I have here some decorative chips that I can use. Maybe it's going to be right here. Maybe I am going to use this one right here. I am going to glue everything with the heavy body gel. And at the end, I am going to use maybe we can put the ribbon right here or here. Or maybe you can use the ribbon right here to close your album. And you are going to have a beautiful album. What do you think? I hope you enjoy this. Sometimes I wanted to show something different, not just boxes and jars and things. Maybe sometimes it's good to know something about these kind of projects that you can choose the papers and the molds that you got, and you can use the Penta products to get something beautiful. I hope you enjoy this. I'm going to use only the heavy body gel that it's strong glue that you can find, and this is good to glue your molds, but the idea is something like this, and I hope you enjoy it. I'm going to do the rest of the album later, and I'm going to show you the pictures and the Pentacolor Decor group. And have a nice day, have a nice night. It's good to see you again right here, and follow the Pentart social media, as you can see more projects from the artists from Pentart. See you. Bueno, lo único que les estoy diciendo es que voy a pegar con el Heavy Body Gel los moldes. Es un pegamento que es muy fuerte, entonces este es perfecto para cuando quieren pegar los moldes o cosas que están pesadas. Eso es súper bueno porque les va a ayudar a que ya no se caigan las cosas. Y pues lo único que les quiero enseñar es algunos de los productos que se usan para los proyectos de Pentar. Se pueden seguir, pues, no sé cómo ponerlos, por eso no los he pegado, porque la verdad estoy dudando si los pongo el grande arriba y el chico abajo o al revés. Bueno, pueden usar este tipo de productos para hacer sus proyectos. Este es un álbum que al rato les voy a compartir las fotos, espero que les guste. No nada más voy a terminar la portada, sino también voy a hacer la parte de adentro, y ya después se los voy a compartir en el grupo de Pental Decor. Y pues sigan el Instagram y el Facebook de Pental para que vean más proyectos y tomen más inspiración y vean todos los productos que Pental tiene. La verdad es que la variedad es enorme y van a encontrar cosas bien padres para poder hacer sus proyectos. Me dio mucho gusto verlos y bye. Ay, muchas gracias. And let's finish this. Bye.